Welcome to Columbia, Missouri, and Faurot Field, named for the father of the split T, where the Missouri Tiger fans are hoping that they put together a big W. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the ACC, the Missouri Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Gets set, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
We're trying to run the ball on first down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long, you bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. The sure hands, it's Freeman. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. The give to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carry.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad. And
slips one guy, and now he's loose. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
And the Buckeyes are on the move. They'll throw it on first down. Pressure coming. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Off the play fake. He wants to go deep. It's him in stride inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. It's almost as if he's racing against himself out there. This speed, dare I say, is Galloway-esque.
Yes, definitely can fly, and it dictates.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And it's up and no good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Penn State is going to enjoy the trip back to Happy Valley after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there in Beaver Stadium, and suddenly it's quite the resume. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Mizz has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 6, Missouri 0.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a gap. It's Freeman. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Coming after it. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reed.
All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. The give from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Freeman. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 2nd down, looking to throw. And it's picked off at the goal line. Bringing it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his 1st interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, anything out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
That's a really nice throw. And you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has this skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now.
He's loose. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Ohio State 20, Missouri 0.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the 1st half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be third down.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Still running at the 40. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he did make that extra point. No issue with the treacherous footing. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Northwestern has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 17 over the Royals. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback checking off. Running to the left. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Finds his big tight end. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Ohio State 27, Missouri 0.
The kickoff unit about to go to work.
17, set to kick it off.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These corners going to give them some space. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fights off a defender. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
They'll try the right side. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. So now on comes the field goal unit. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. It's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Dorsey. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
They'll run it from the gun. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on 3rd. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the ground. He's got it again. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll go to the ground. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. Delivers the contact. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
And added on again, this offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
Missouri, 0.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for blockers. And good work by the coverage team to get the return. Brown. Mizz has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Yeah, and you could tell he wanted to get into the big man, and I would too, by the way. You got a 6'4", 6'5", 6'17" wide receiver out there. You want to throw it up so he can make a play. Set those feet first, then you give it to him.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team able to wrestle it down. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Ohio State 37, Missouri 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Handoff to the lone back. At midfield, he's got room. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Ripping through the defense. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Southern Miss is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over UTSA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Mizz has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. On the run, it's Hendricks. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for it.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch it. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Motion from the offense. Gonna run it. It's Hendricks. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
On the move.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
Well, they're going with a run-pass option. Look, they're trying to get that first down. They hand it off, just not able to get it. It was a nice effort by the back, but ultimately now forcing 4th and short. And if I'm on offense, I think I'm staying on the field and going for this again.
The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you want it to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. He definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive.